What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Hypocritical AF podcast. I am your host, Albert Fig, and yes, I am wearing this ridiculous orange shirt that was initially bought for Easter, and this is the price you pay to commit for, family functions or supposedly matching. I don't know how this is Easter, but it was for Easter, and if you ask me, they don't look like the best oranges. I'm not even 100% sure if they are oranges. They might be tangerines. I don't know, but this was bought for Easter, but yet I decided to keep it. Welcome to Hypocritical AF. Starting at a normal, no, actually not normal, starting later than a normal time. And that's because I just been busy. I'm not gonna even bullshit you. Not even gonna lie. I just been busy. Busy all week. And it seems like every single week I'm busy. And it seems like every other week I'm talking about how busy I am and how much I'm catching up on other stuff that I need to catch up to. But nonetheless, another busy week, another hot one too. Summer has summer officially kicked off yet? I'm pretty sure summer is officially here, and because of that, these temperatures are rising, bruh. You feel me? And it's like if it's getting hot this early, I can already tell it's gonna be like triple digits all the way to November, just like how it was a couple years ago in SAC when it was triple digits in November, and that shit sucked. I mean, I don't think anybody likes triple digits in November. I thought it's supposed to be fall, but it was triple digits. So I'm hoping that this year it's not like that going forward. I hope not, but it's hot. It's hot as shit. Of course, just like I am on all the solo episodes, I'm sweating. Even if there's like AC, even if there's like a central tower fan in the back that you can't see, but I can, it's still like it doesn't do enough. So I'm constantly going to be sweating. So if you see this, it's not oil, bruh, it's sweat. And don't judge me, okay? Anyway, yeah, later than normal. Yeah, I just been busy. Like literally back and forth, you know what I mean, between cities, and every other weekend I'm like either back home or in the Bay Area or, doing something. And this week didn't change at all. We'll start with this past weekend. So this past weekend, it was strange. It was strange in that it's like a bunch of different things going on, right? But so Friday, this is last week Friday, right? Because when this comes out, it'll be Friday, but we're talking about last week Friday. So last week's Friday, we had my little brother Santiago, who's also here, somewhere here. You might hear him in the back. Maybe I don't even know if he's awake yet, but he's here. 18-year-old too, by the way. But he just graduated high school. Friday morning, like 9 a.m., right? Graduating from high school. So we went the night prior, got there late, talk about King City, right? Went the night prior, got there late, got to King City, woke up early, had to get ready to get parking early and to get the good side of the bleachers or the stands where he's going to be at, you know what I mean, at King City High School. So early enough to get ready, early enough to park, early enough to reserve the seats, and early enough to get there, and kind of have a section more or less for when the rest of my family comes so they could see him graduate, So that was at 9 a.m., right? And here's the thing about, so that was legit, like literally, that was the first time back at that high school since I graduated. So you're talking about like 12 years, you know what I mean? That was the last time I went back to King City High School. I'm talking about like physically walked inside. Like I've passed by it plenty of times. I might have went to the office one time to pick up transcripts one time, something for the CHP, back when I was gonna try to do that, or when I was considering, to do that. And I went inside for something. I want to say it was transcripts, but I hadn't been like there inside like that again, like since 12 years ago, So being in there, it was crazy because it just, first of all, things look different, but they look the same. Does that make sense? Like it looks the same, but things are different, but they just look the same. Like nothing's changed, in the 12 years. And so, we get there and, we're getting our seats and everything too. And it's weird. Like I got this like weird array of like emotions and like memories. And because it's like, I was walking through these areas and I remember like vividly remember where I was at, what I was doing, what was going on when I walked past this hallway, and I was like, I remember this specific instance, or behind a classroom, and it's like, I remember a specific instance here, Or on the east side entrance, I was like, I remember something specifically here, or I remember, um, you know, running over here or jumping this fence, So it was weird in that like it brought up a bunch of those memories and emotions from it. But it was also weird because being there and getting ready for the graduation, I thought I put myself in that position, if that makes sense, when I was there graduating. And I was just thinking about like, man, when I was in the auditorium and we were all getting ready and I had my cap and gown on, and then, families lining up and we could see everybody, but they can't see us. And we're prepping over here and we're listening to music and we're talking about this. So I remember that type of like intro memories that I was getting. And then fast forward, he's actually graduating, right? He's doing the walk and everything. They're playing the songs. Then I started thinking like, oh shoot, I remember making that same exact walk. I remember listening to the music as well. I remember sitting down and thinking about this and where I was at. I remember like literally from the stands, I felt like I was watching myself and I'm there watching my little brother. So it was kind of weird emotions going on. And then I'm like, coming back to reality and be like, that's my little brother that's graduating. And I remember how old he was when I was graduating. He was a little kid, like a little kid, now he's graduating from high school. And then I just thinking about, you know, being there, and I remember exactly, like vividly remember once they said, congratulations, and we fucking threw the stuff up or whatever it is, the cap, and we did that thing where you push it to the right and basically said you're graduating class, everybody stands up and claps, and that's when your family can embrace you. I remember vividly what I did. Like I stepped back and I just kind of walked away. I just drifted to the back and I was just like, man, this is it, And I remember, who came up and hugged, and who I wasn't supposed to hug, and who I was, just everybody. I just remember the whole, the group, coming up and all the family right there and the photos. So that brought up everything. And it was more too like, I felt, because ironically, which I'll get into right now, but I was thinking about like, man, this was an opportunity for my grandpa to come see too. My grandpa would have loved to, be here and watch another one of his grandkids graduate high school, especially it being like very close, 10 miles away. He's always, not always, but he's right there and goes to King City often, like at least 3 times a week, So I was thinking like, man, this would have been good for him to see and be a part of and, get to witness. I thought about that. And it was weird because once that happened, once it got done and everything, you want to kind of, it's meant for a time to be celebrated and everybody to be happy. And, because it's a milestone. He just finished this and it's supposed to be like, let's go out and do something and let's go do this and that. But the reality is, or was, we didn't have time to go celebrate or turn up, quote unquote, too much, because literally right after that, around 4, was my grandpa's rosary. It was open casket viewing for like a 2-hour type of thing. So it's tough to go from yay to the viewing in over a month, because it had been over a month. And it's like getting ready for that to prepare ourselves, because we don't know what we're going to see. We don't know how, we all were worried about how he was going to look, rightfully so, it being like past a month, So once we got done with that, it's like I tried to had him. I didn't want him to not have that moment. You know what I mean? Like I want him to enjoy that too. So I was like, let's go get some food. Let's go grub. Let's do something. You know what I mean? Like let's just not like sulk right here, right now, because we have a whole weekend to do that. Because we have the rosary on Friday and the burial on Saturday, so we're gonna have plenty of that time. But for this little window of like 3-4 hours, whatever it is, let's just try to enjoy it. Mind you, we still have to go change. We still have to go get ready and everything. So, we went to go get pizza, and then, we try to enjoy that as much as we could, you know what I'm saying? And, yeah, once that got done, then we followed up with, having to go get to change and prep for everything. And that's another wave of emotions, So now you just went from ups of a high of celebrating a graduation to now prepping yourself for the lows and also seeing everybody. It's an infectious thing if you know, you be around a bunch of people who are emotional, and then you find yourself also getting emotional. So it was prepping for that as well. And it was difficult too, because it's like, how do you, as an older brother, but as a son at the same time, how do you kind of keep everybody somewhat collective, as far as, my siblings go. And then it's just, then you still have your cousins, your tias, your tios, everybody else that's there, so it's like, how do we all kind of keep it together right now through all this, so that sucked. And following, graduation to a rosary and seeing, the viewing, like I said, the open casket. So it was just, I guess, that whole day. I mean, the whole weekend was an array of emotions, like I said. So it just, between bringing up, those memories, not to make it about me, or not trying to sound selfish of it, but like, that's what was going on with me in my mind, where I was thinking about, like, where I was at, and then following up with that, and then thinking about, my graduation. I did have my grandpa, and I was able to take photos with my grandpa. My little brother, his graduation, he can't do it, And I thought about my other little brother, Antonio, how his graduation was, during COVID. And he didn't even get to have, a celebration. His high school graduation wasn't even, they did like a drive-by. You know what I'm saying? Like, how whack that was. And he didn't get to fully, experience it and enjoy it. So now we got two back-to-back brothers that didn't get to do that. You know what I'm saying? So just feel, I guess, in the moment, feel for that, and just trying to tell well, actually, Antonio just graduated college 2 weeks ago. He's got his associates. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. So Santiago was next, but it was just trying to, like I said, trying to keep everybody on the same page for everything, and collective, and try to, as much as I can, help them be like, hey, it's okay to look at the bright side of things, or look at more things in perspective, So that was just that Friday. And, after we got done eating, ironically, we wouldn't go eat again at another spot, So it's kind of like after the whole rosary thing. And then eventually, we all kind of dispersed and went to our places and everything. And we were prepping for Saturday, because Saturday was a big day for us. And it's, the funny thing, I'm not going to say funny, but the weird thing was that for years, like literally years, like one of my how could I say it? For years, what was like scary and tough was this past Saturday. It was that, like, that day would come. So like growing up, we'd all be like, man, like, if this day ever came, how would we react as a family? And the more as later years passed, we all kept that in the back of our minds too. Like, hey, the day that this happens, how do we regroup? How do we go from here? What happens next? What are the moving pieces that happen after? It's because it's going to be a domino effect. There's a trickle effect. So how do we navigate through this? How do we prepare ourselves? So as I think, like I said, collectively as a family, we all kind of had that in the back of our head, but we maybe necessarily not planned 100%. And I'm saying that in that you can never be fully prepared, So me speaking, I always feared that this day would come. It's going to come for everybody, right? That's just life. That's just the nature of the beast. So understanding that, I know that day's going to come, but it was always a day that I was like really like scared for, because it was like, what now? That type of thing, because, like we said plenty of times in the podcast, and I've said that in other interviews and everything, my grandpa was just such a pillar, just literally the glue in our family, literally the guy that a lot of us wouldn't be here had it not been for him. We owe him so much. The biggest heart you guys could ever know, and then if any of you ever interacted with him or know us or just know anything, in relation to him, that, how much he means to us and everybody, so it was day that we're, afraid of, and to now the night before prepare for that. It's just, you're going through Same thing, a whole wave of emotions. You're getting anxiety from it. You're dreading it, but you know that it's coming, So that's kind of what was going on through at least my mind and what I was thinking the night prior. And then the day actually comes, So the day comes, and unfortunately, it was about a month after, which sucked. And everybody in the family, we weren't really rocking with it, but it was what it was. And then location wise, there could have been, for sure, there could have been a better location to bury him. I think if we had a list of 1, 2, 3 in order of precedence, I'm sure the burying him in San Lucas wasn't necessarily the number one spot. But we adjust to whatever we have to, So loading him up on the hearse, and then all of us driving to San Lucas, including the hearse, because that's where he got buried, in San Lucas, California, 10 miles south of King City, 10 miles north of San Nardo, for those of you that don't know. It was cool. It was, what was really telling for me too was when we were driving on the freeway, because this is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to load up the casket in the hearse, right? And then everybody follows behind the hearse. Well, there's limited parking at the San Lucas gravesite or graveyard. Very limited parking up top and at the bottom. We have a big family, a very extended family with a lot of friends and locals and everybody who are showing up. And they gave us a warning. They said, like, hey, there's a lot of there's not a lot of parking. Some people may have to park on the road. Some people may have to park actually in San Lucas and then, walk. So we were just like, what are we going to do? Trying to figure all that out. So I decided, I was like, I'll just kind of jump ahead to save myself a parking spot. I wasn't the only one. There was a few people that were going to do that as well. So I got on the freeway, and then right when I got on, actually right before I got on, I noticed that the hearse was right behind us, and I was like, damn, I feel kind of bad because I'm in the front now, So I was like, maybe I'll kind of I'll stay close, but not too close. And so we were driving on the freeway going on 101 South. And it was pretty cool though, because I looked back in the rear view and I saw the hearse, and I saw like a line of cars, just like, you know what I'm saying? It looked like a snake. It looked like that gang task force. They used to have with what do they call it? The black task force or the black snake, something like that. I remember when the gang task force was in King City, they would be like the same black 4-car SUVs, and they would just, follow each other, and everybody knew, like, oh shit, GTF is here. Anyway, but I saw those cars, and it was a cool feeling in a cool little moment, because in that you get to see how many people, were following, and all these people that came from all these locations, but you could see the support that he had, and that's just from the ones that are right there. That's not even the ones that are going to be meeting us at the site, So getting off on the exit, just seeing all the cars, pulling up to the site, seeing all the cars, it was like, okay, yeah, like, he really did mean a lot to everybody. So, we do the whole thing, and we kind of, it felt good for everybody. It felt good I'm not gonna say it felt good like that, but we felt better knowing that he's officially, been, laid to rest and can rest peacefully. And when we have that memory and that moments with him, and it's not like he's gone like that. I mean, like we're still be able to go visit and everything, and pay our respects to the site. And that's just, it's like I said, it's unfortunate that it was a day after Santiago's graduation. It's unfortunate that it had to be in San Lucas. It's unfortunate. I mean, a lot of things that's unfortunate, but we just adjust on the fly. And it was good to see the fam, good to see everybody, and see the amount of people that showed up, the friends, the mariachis that were there. Shouts out to all y'all, and thank y'all again for coming. And I know me and my family appreciate it, and we thank you guys, my friends too, Pedro, Adrian, Jaime, Anthony, Nisa, everybody who came, our neighbors that have been living with us, in San Lucas for years, and my mom's friends, and just everybody who came out. Like I'm missing a few people, because I'm saying everything from the top of my head, but just everybody who came out, man. We appreciate you guys. Thank you for everything, and now we go forward. This is our new reality. This is what we're gonna have to push through and go forward with. So from my family, thank y'all. So that was that was just last weekend. And it's crazy how much time has passed. Like I said, by the time this comes out, it's gonna be Friday. So like a whole week, damn near. And it just feels like with the blink of an eye, just the week passed. But it goes back to what I'm saying. Why this is late was because I'm so busy. And it's a good busy too. It's not like I'm just like sitting around doing nothing. And it's not like I'm busy just doing bullshit, like I'm catching up on things. I'm doing things around the place, I should say. I'm doing things that I already had committed to, that I'm helping with, assisting with, and I got to, my little brother's here too, so we got to kick it and everything. And yeah, it's just and it's scheduling wise too. I was supposed to record with someone, and scheduling wasn't adding up because they can only record, at this window. And I was like, I have this nighttime, but then they have to get up early the next day. And I was like, I also have to get up early the next day. And it's like, tomorrow, let's do this. And then tomorrow came around. And I was like, shit, this came up. You know what I mean? And I was like, no worries, let's do it potentially Wednesday. But then, it's the Warriors Celtics game. So maybe it's a bunch of, that that thing. And it's okay. Like, that's why I'm able to do these solo ones. That's what's good about having the freedom and the flexibility to schedule however you like, and also can do a solo one like this and not dependent on a guest, because there's no guest host. So I can't, that's not like the easy drawback to that, and the guests, if there's a scheduling conflict, it is what it is. Then we just get these solo ones, which is cool too, because I haven't done a solo one in a minute, and I enjoy doing these solo ones because I get to recap a bunch of stuff. I get to talk about what's going on and everything. So that was it was cool, and I wanted to sneak this in because after this too, I got this fucking appointment I gotta go to. Health shit, right? Tell me about it. Why do we gotta go? Annuals and freaking, they gotta just make sure I'm cool. I get so busy a lot that I get stressed. I mean, the last month in general was pretty stressful, like a stressfulness month, if that even is a word. And so whenever I get stress or don't sleep the best or don't get the proper nutrition, just like everybody else, there's always something going on. If I get really stressed, my hair starts to thin out, I get freaking spots and shit like that. So I got to go get this checked out or fixed, I would say. There's nothing new. I get it every other year or something like that. Appointments. And the only thing that sucks with all this is that in between this and my appointments and all the other shit I'm doing, it's taken away from watching the games. Game 3, Warriors Celtics. Bruh, I'm not a Warriors fan, but I'm a Lakers fan. It's well documented. I'm a Lakers fan for life. How many times I got to tell you, I got Kobe on my back. You feel me? I'm a Lakers fan. It's a wrap. But I've gone to other basketball games that don't involve the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? And I rock with the Warriors. You know what I'm saying? I rock with them. They cool. I've been to playoff games. I've been to playoff games at Oracle Arena. I haven't been to the Chase one yet. I haven't. It's just COVID, fucking restrictions. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I haven't gone yet. But I do plan on going to one of them soon. But I rock with the Warriors, especially if they're playing against the Celtics. Because y'all know, if you don't, let me educate you. Celtics, Lakers, rivalry. Tied for the most championships in NBA history. So why the fudge would I root for the Celtics? No, I'm not rocking with the Celtics. I'm rocking with the Warriors. Plus, I got some money on it. So, hey, Warriors, hey. I used to do this thing with Josh Nashley. I can't tap it because then you would hear it on the microphone. But whenever I want to get attention or get someone's attention, I go like this. I go, hey. You know what I mean? Hey, Celtics. Hey, lose, huh? Can you help me out? Also, hey, Warriors. Hey, Warriors. Can you do better? I appreciate the effort. I'm gonna need you to step it up. Too many turnovers, too many loss of rebounds, too many wide open threes. Okay. 2 points, Draymond? I mean, 2 points? and then get fouled out? What are we doing? I rock with you. I love the podcast. 2 points? Fouled out? Who am I to judge a professional athlete playing the sport? I don't know. I'm just saying, coming from one professional, well, semi-professional, coming from one athlete to another, from one physical specimen, MVP, flag football, 7th grade, no big deal, but that's true. Flag football, 7th grade. I'm just saying, like, hopefully, with game 4, hopefully they can switch some things up. Hopefully they can make their adjustments, get everything on the fly, because like I said, I need them to win. We can't have the Celtics win, okay? Also, I don't want to lose out on money. Let's be real. Also, I want to see Steph win his fourth championship and potential first NBA Finals MVP. You know what I'm saying? So why wouldn't you want to witness greatness like that? Celtics, they'll be all right. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, 5 years together, whatever, how many? I want to say it's 5 years. Hey, you're good, bro. Y'all be all right. You know what I'm saying? The future is bright for them. I think Jalen was born 98 or 2000. 98 or 2000. Youngins, though. Youngins, that's all I know. I want to say 98. But either or, whatever year it is, you're still young. Better than me. You're doing better than me. But yeah, I want the Warriors to win that one. And that's kind of like the wrap up with sports. And I guess like overall the whole weekend and everything that's been going on right here. And everything podcast wise. There's never really crazy updates when it comes to like this podcast, because I'm either still working on them, currently working on them, I should say, or have stuff in the making that I have to like officially get out. You know what I'm saying? The only thing I'm like really anticipating and getting like anxious for is we're getting close to episode 100. So if these two lined up, that'd be great. But we're getting close to episode 100, and we're getting close to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I think right now, the last time I checked, was 888 subscribers on YouTube, which is insane to even think of a person like myself coming from 0 subscribers I know that granted everybody comes from 0, but I should say we'll start off at 0. But when I say like I didn't have the crazy big following, I didn't have all these things behind me, I didn't have a presence already. I wasn't known for this. I don't come from a background with fans or something that I could bring along with me to start this. You know what I'm saying? To be able to get to 888 is amazing. I think back to just like maybe 2 months ago. I was like, man, let's get to 700. Let's get to 700. Past that, and it was, now we're at 888. And next, it's gonna be 890. And then once it gets to 900, then it's like the official countdown. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get that at 1,000 subscribers. So if y'all are watching or checking this out, subscribe. And if you know anybody who enjoys podcasts, enjoys watching stuff on YouTube, or loves orange shirts with slices that was initially bought on Easter Day that has nothing to do with Easter, tell them to subscribe. I'm trying to get those up. You know what I'm saying? But on a serious note, it's insane. Like I said, it's crazy to just think about that it's growing at that rate, and the reach that it's gone to, whether it's on the audio or video platform. But on social media, seeing all the love that I get from that, and seeing how much that's growing, that's fucking amazing too. And it's also opening a lot of doors to connect with other podcasters and podcasts. You know what I'm saying? So any way we can like network and hop on this one or hop on that one, or freaking do stuff like that, I'm always down for. So it's a cool little thing, and I enjoy watching it grow. Even with these, it's kind of ironic because I have like a 1 hour window literally before I got a dip, and it's kind of fit in perfect because I keep these short anyway, so it's nothing crazy. And I just had to, because at first I was thinking like I'm not gonna be able to do one this week, so I was getting ready to post last night actually, because it's last night was Wednesday. I was getting ready to post, no episode this week. Sorry, can't do it. And then I thought about it, like just because I don't record by Wednesday doesn't mean we're done for the week. You still have Thursday or Friday. And if need be, the week is still going on to Sunday. So you can even record as late as Saturday night, Sunday morning, and still have one out for the week. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I thought about right now. I was like, dude, I have a 1 hour window. I could jump on, do this, and then take off to my appointment, come back, finish the fence that I'm working on. And it's no big deal because I'm still getting, it done. And also, these are the solo ones. And, if you are a constant listener or return listener, especially for the solo ones, or if you're just a fan of the podcast, you know that the solo ones I keep short and sweet anyway. So I don't like to, talk for a whole hour, especially if I don't have specific subjects that I want to hit. So if it worked out good, and I'm glad that I, am committed to doing this like that, because it's also showing, I get, if you don't hear about it coming directly from me, you won't know if you're on the outside looking in. But seeing this get done and then still being able to put it out there for the week and everything, it's like, yo, the grind is still there. Don't ever get it twisted. Don't ever fucking think that I'm not grinding. You feel me? What do they say? Grind in the dark, grind in the dark, show the successes in the light. Or is it grind while they sleep? Or is it post less, do more? I forget what it is. But it's basically just this. Behind closed doors, everything else going on, no matter what's going on. If you're busy as shit, if you have 10 things going on at once, if you are going through some shit, if you are not feeling the best, if emotionally you're not there, if you're not right here in the head, whatever's going on, if you could dedicate 30 minutes like this will be, or even an hour, to just committing to what you said you're going to do every week, it'll pay dividends. I promise you. Okay. So maybe that's the life on this one. Life? No, that isn't. No. That's the lesson on this one. No matter what's going on, put your work in. Just set aside 30 minutes to an hour and do what you got to do. Maybe that's the title of this episode. Do what you got to do with the orange shirt. Okay? Wait. Even though it has nothing to do with Easter. Oranges, blue shirt. Okay? Anyway, thank you again. Thank you for all the love. I'm Albert Fig. And let's work. Let's network. Y'all stay safe. Peace.